This is Ichariba Choodee, an Okinawan Voices and Stories podcast, episode 4, on the World Uchinanchu Student Summit with Tadashi Andres Urbina, Andres Higa, and Endo. In this podcast, we aim to create an open and safe learning and growing space where we will explore alongside guest speakers what it means to be Shimanchu. Our intention and prayer for this project is to cultivate our own knowledge about our histories, celebrate the amazingly diverse and resilient culture of our people, inspire other Shimanchu of all generations and geographic locations to be curious about their histories, and to preserve those precious pieces of our identity for future generations. And of course, to have fun along the way. We'll laugh, we'll cry, we'll stumble around and be human. We hope you will join us for this evolving journey together. Ysa Urbina.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Ichariba Choodee podcast. 𝔼𝕡𝕚𝕚𝕝𝕣𝕝. My name is Tori, and today I'll be your co-host alongside Erica.
Hi.
This month's episode will have a slightly different format, and we have a special co-host today, Norli, whose name I'm butchering.
Hi.
Who is an architect from Lima, Peru, and will be helping us with speaking with our hosts. This month, we have 2 very special guests. These 2 individuals started Uchinanchu no Hi, which is on October 30th, Nikkei Day, which is on June 20th, and the World Uchinanchu Student Summit, otherwise known as W.U.S.S, or otherwise known as W.U.S.S. Thank you, Tadashi and Andres, for joining us today. Yutashku.
Hi. Yutashku. Hola.
Hola. Hi. Yutashku.
Tadashi is a third-generation Uchinanchu from Peru. His family is from Higashi-son, otherwise known as Agarijima. He currently works at the Center for International Exchange at Mayo University. Andres Higa is also a third-generation Uchinanchu from Argentina. His family is from Nagoshi, otherwise known as Nagu. He works at the Uchinanchu Network Concierge. We'll be including links for them in our show notes, which will be available on the website.
Before we go on to the Yuntaku portion, we want to share some words with everyone because you may hear it often in this podcast. Kenjinkai is a prefectural group, for example, Okinawa Kenjinkai. Shijinkai refers to a group from a specific city, like Nago is Nago Shijinkai. Chojinkai refers to a town, like Kin Chojinkai, and Sonjinkai refers to a village, like Ginoza Sonjinkai. We'll add more information in the show notes.
In relationship to W.U.S.S, the Kempi program is a scholarship that the Okinawa prefectural government offers for young Okinawans ages 18 to 35 who are active with their local Kenjinkai to study in Okinawa for 1 year. It is an opportunity for young members of Okinawan descent to learn about their ancestral heritage as well as develop relationships with local and international Shimanchu. The Kenchu programs are similar. However, the age is often between 20 to 35 and is a scholarship to do a cultural exchange in their ancestral towns. The Kenchu programs are offered through individual Son, Cho, and Shijinkais across the world. We'll also go more in depth about both of these programs in future episodes. But thank you again for everyone for joining us today. Today's episode is a bit special because it's our first international and multilingual podcast. So there's going to be a lot of firsts for us, and we ask for your patience as we try this new format out. But thank you again to Tadashi and Andres and Orly for joining us today. And we've been really excited to have this recording for a while now. But we can just jump into the first question. How did Tadashi and Andres become involved with working with each other? Or how did you guys meet?
Yeah. Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Tadashi. And I came to Okinawa. I was born in Peru. I lived there until 18. And then I came to Okinawa in 2009 for study Japanese at Mayo University, which is in Nago City. So when I came to Okinawa, I have the honor to meet Andres. He was he's my senpai, my older brother. Yeah. So he helped me, because there were not too many Latin American people. So I have only Andres and one more Peruvian friend, and both of them, including Andres, helped me a lot in terms of the language, because I couldn't speak Japanese as well as now.
Yeah. Wow.
They helped me a lot for about the language, and it was my first time living in Okinawa, so they teach me and show me and the best things of Okinawa, and so I appreciate him, what he have done is doing for me. So we met in 2009.
Wow.
And since then, we studied at the same university, at Mayo University. And then, after we graduate from Mayo University, we wanted to express our gratitude to Okinawa. So we find the way to do it, and we have done many events and also create the World Uchinanchu Day, and that are goals that we are very happy that we achieved them. So that's the way we met and start working together.
Yeah, that's like a long friendship, and we'd love to hear Andres's side of it.
Bueno, la pregunta es ¿cómo se conocieron y cómo se involucraron trabajando juntos?
Sí, bueno, gracias por la pregunta. Bueno, yo había venido ya a Okinawa, ¿no? En el 2007 más o menos, ¿no? 2007, y ya estaba viviendo en Okinawa. Bueno, había venido a Okinawa no para vivir aquí, ¿no? Sino para, bueno, hacer, como se dice, utoto, ¿no?
Okay.
Para saludar, ¿no? A los antepasados. Vine aquí y bueno, empezaron a pasar los meses, y me empezó a gustar Okinawa, y ya me fui quedando. Y en el 2009 vino Tadashi por una beca, ¿no? A estudiar, y ahí nos encontramos.
Well, they met in 2007. He went to Okinawa from Uto. How can I
Utoto.
say? Utoto.
Hi.
He went to know Okinawa, and he liked it, and he stayed. In 2009, he met Andres, and they stay in touch till then.
I guess this is a tangent question, but you guys have known each other for a very long time, and did you both stay in Okinawa from like 2007, 2009, or were you going back and forth between like South America and Okinawa?
No, both of us stayed in Okinawa from 2007, 2009. But yes, I went back to Peru like for many 3 times maybe, like once 2-3 years.
Oh, wow.
To visit my family or to do my research for my thesis.
I think that's pretty amazing that you went to go study and then you kind of just stayed and replanted your roots.
No, I really wanted to like go back to Peru like every year, but since it's too expensive and you need like if I go back to Peru, I I want to stay like for 1 month. So I need the time, I need the money. So it's not too easy. So
Yeah.
that's why I went back just like once, 2-3 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's totally understandable with the expense and cost. But it sounds like the both of you were able to plant your roots back in Okinawa, though, which I think is really amazing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Uchinanchu no Hi a little later about how that was created. But what exactly is the World Uchinanchu Summit?
So the W.U.S.S, the W.U.S.S event is the Worldwide Uchinanchu Student Summit. So this event, this is the first event we created with Andres, the both of us.
Mm.
So this idea came with because as you explained at the beginning of the interview, we have in Okinawa we have the Kempi and Kenshu program, in which many young Okinawans come to Okinawa, to study Japanese Okinawan culture like Sanshin, Ryukyu-Buyo for the period of 3 to 1 year. And we have like more than 40 young Okinawans that are coming every year to Okinawa.
Wow.
But the problem was that they studied almost in the same town, and they don't meet each other. We have Kenshu say from Nago and Kenshu say from Naha, but they don't meet each other here in Okinawa.
Oh, okay.
So we wanted them to like get together in one place and meet each other, because we have many, like especially Brazilian young Okinawans. As you know, Brazil is a huge, very big country, and they came from different places of parts of Brazil, and they met here for the first time thanks to the W.U.S.S event. So we have that kind of meetings here. At the same time, we wanted to give them the opportunity to interact with the young Okinawan people, local people. So that was our original purpose of this event. At the beginning, we have presentations about each country's Okinawan community. So the young Okinawan, like Kempi or like Kenshu say, explain about their Okinawan community in their own country. So they share about the history of the Okinawa migration. So we have the first part of the event to learn about each other, and then the second part to eat, drink, and dance, Ysa.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So because if we have many young Okinawans coming from South America, from the States, from Canada, why we don't get them together and to share ideas about Okinawa, meet each other. So that was our goal, for the event. And we started it in 2015.
Oh wow!
And we have held that event for 5 years till 2019. 19. Yes. It was our last event due to the coronavirus.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys will have it again, because that's sounds really awesome. And I know this is another tangent question, or more directed to Tori and Norley if you're comfortable with answering. But I know you guys you two have experienced at least part of it. I'd love to hear what your experience was like.
I had a lot of fun during my W.U.S.S event. Unfortunately, I only got to be there for the very last day, which is the third day, because we had prior engagements for Ginoza-son. But it was so inspirational to me to be able to witness and to talk to and experience this cultural bond that connects me with other 𝔸𝕉𝕗 and Uchinanchu people across the world. And more so for me, coming from Hawaii, you or we don't often get to, I guess, collaborate or talk to a lot of Latin Americans and hear what they are doing to keep Okinawan culture alive and to perpetuate it to the next generation. And it was just absolutely incredible to see people not only from different towns in Okinawa Prefecture, but also for the different places regionally in the world that they came from. I think in 2018 we had somebody from Peru, or not somebody, but people from Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, Brazil, potentially somebody from Mexico, and then apart from me being from Hawaii, somebody who was coming in from California. So it was super inspirational for me in terms of, I guess, what I do now, in that I want to create a community space. So I really have to thank Tadashi-san and Andrea-san for doing this, because it really inspired me to think beyond borders and to think beyond, I guess, what I grew up with and what I'm comfortable with in regards to my community, and to be able to see that there is more out there. And we got to also experience so much in terms of the activities that happened on the last day. I believe when we made it there, they were talking about, or not talking, but giving presentations about the countries that the Okinawans who participate in this program, or 𝔸𝕉𝕗 or Uchinanchu, or their village too, the countries they came from and the history of that place. And we also broke out into different groups and got to do language learning and dancing, and we got to listen to speakers, which was really, really awesome.
That's really awesome.
And you're still wearing the W.U.S.S t-shirt.
Yeah, I was going through my closet and I found it.
Yeah, good.
Nice swag.
Thank you. I actually have had a lot of people say, "Oh, I like your shirt," because I wore it to work several times.
Oh, nice.
But Norli, how was your experience?
For me, it was curious. We met many Kenshuseis in Meiji University. Usually when you first met a person, you have a distance between, but having the Okinawan culture in common was like we already know something of us, that we can talk about it. Like, there wasn't a wall between us. We did many cultural activities, met North and South American people, and we have the opportunity to know a little of their mixed national culture with the Okinawan. So it was a nice opportunity to make friends without borders in an open mind reunion.
Yeah, that's awesome, because you
so
and
beautiful.
Tori have stayed in contact. And when did you two go to the W.U.S.S? What year was that?
We were 2018, so we were the year before the last year.
Yeah, you guys kept in contact. So yeah, that's great that your intentions, Andres and Tadashi, your intentions for this summit is it's doing its thing, and inspiring everyone to stay connected. And I don't know, that's really beautiful, I think.
Yes, yes. As I told you, we started in 2015, and at that time, there were only like 10. Can you say 10? Yeah, that who participated in the event. But in 2019, we have more than 40.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
You guys.
So the number of the participants also was increasing.
Out of curiosity, prior to starting W.U.S.S, were either of you Kempi scholars or had connection with anybody in any of the Kenshu programs?
If we had connections?
Like, I guess either with the Okinawan prefectural government or any of the towns. Did you have any like prior contact with the governmental organizations like Yakuba before you did W.U.S.S?
Before the W.U.S.S. At that time, Andres, we only have contact with the Nago City Hall. Yeah, because at that time Andres was working at the Nago International House, and he was the Tantosha, the person in charge of the Kenshusei in Nago.
Oh.
So we only have that connection. But since we started the W.U.S.S, we need to contact each city, each town. So we were called town, city by city, town by town, and asking them if they are Kenshusei or Kempi. Young people were able to participate in the event. Yeah.
So was it just the two of you calling each like town and village?
For the first event, yes. I was. We were the only two calling, but since from the second event, we have Mayo University students. We organized like a committee to help us, yes, because we need that help. So we in 2019 we have like more than 30 Mayo University Japanese students that help us organizing the event.
Wow.
So yes, but the first W.U.S.S event was very, very hard. Yeah, because it was the first time, and also we need money to organize the event. Yeah, so we had to ask the university for financial help, and also fortunately we got like a scholarship, not a scholarship, no, like money from a bank in Okinawa to organize this event. So it was hard.
Wow,
to find out for help also. Yeah.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that it's like grassroots action and it led to something so beautiful and so big now.
Yeah.
I know we've been talking a lot, so maybe Andres can answer this next question, but how does someone get involved with W.U.S.S if they aren't a Kenpi or Kenshu scholar?
Andrés, a las chicas les gustaría que les respondas la pregunta de cómo podrían un becado estar involucrado en el programa de W.U.S.S.
¿Cómo sería? Claro, para participar en el W.U.S.S tiene que ser un becario, ¿no? Digamos. Pero, claro, tiene que venir por el Shōson, ¿no? Donde nacieron sus abuelos o bisabuelos, ¿no? Digamos.
Okay.
Bueno, esa es la condición más grande, ¿no? Digamos. Por eso, en Okinawa hay muchos pueblos, ciudades en Okinawa, pero no todos tienen el sistema de becas, ¿no?
Oh,
Por eso tal vez es difícil. Por ejemplo, Nago tiene, Motobu tiene, pero Nakijin, ¿no? Nakijin no tiene, ¿no?
ya.
Por ejemplo, sí.
O sea, digamos, si en un caso en general, si yo voy a una universidad como becada, pero no
Sí.
estoy yendo por la universidad, no puedo participar en el programa de W.U.S.S.
Sí,
No,
creo
pero
que sí, no.
o sea, nosotros a los de Kempi, a los
Ujú.
Kempi y los Kenshusei, nosotros llevamos a las municipalidades, ¿no? Para
Sí.
que participen. Así como hicimos con ustedes, llamamos
Ah,
a la municipalidad de Guinosa
ajá.
y le dijimos que para que participen, ¿no? Pero si no eres Kempi o no eres Kenshusei, no importa. O sea, hay mucha gente que participa el último día, el mismo día, pero hacía como observadores, ¿no?
Sí, sí.
Ah,
Sí,
ok.
si una persona es becaria, vino por una beca, automáticamente sí, puede participar en el bus, ¿no? No tiene problema. Sí.
Okay. First of all, you can participate if you came from Kempi Scholarship or if you are a Kenshuse from your Shicho-son. In other words, if you are on a scholarship from the city hall of your ancestry. There are many towns in Okinawa that don't have the scholarship system. Nago has it, Motobu has it, but Nakijin hasn't. They contact your city hall and invite you for participate in the W.U.S.S event. In other case, you can participate as a viewer.
Yeah, so if you are Kenshusei or Kempi, so we call each city, town, to let them their Kenshusei or Kempi to participate in the W.U.S.S for the 3 days. So because for all the activities during the 3 days. But if you are not Kempi or Kenshusei, you can participate at the last day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the last day programs, like for just watch the presentations, the performances, eat together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for the last day, there's no problem. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And is the W.U.S.S usually in a specific month, usually, or is it?
Yes, we are holding this event in October. Yes, before the World Uchinanchu Day, like a pre-event.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's kind of segueing into the next question. What is Uchinanchu no Hi?
Good question for Andres.
Ok. Dozo.
Es el día del Uchinanchu, dice.
Bueno. Bueno, entonces, que alguien me traduzca, ¿no? Porque no existía un día, ¿no? Que nos una a todos los okinawenses o a todos los Nikkei okinawenses, ¿no?
Okay.
Digamos, la idea fue fácil, ¿no? Digamos. Y
Oh,
también no había un día de la conmemoración, ¿no? Del pueblo okinawense, ¿no? Por ejemplo, Norteamérica tiene el 7 de julio, ¿no? 4 de julio, ¿es? 4 de julio, ¿no? Día de la Independencia. En Norteamérica es muy importante. En Perú, 28 de julio, ¿no? Por ejemplo. Y bueno, acá en Okinawa nunca existía, ¿no? Nunca existió. Desde el 1 de enero hasta el 31 de diciembre nunca hubo nada, ¿no? Digamos, que se conmemore la existencia de Okinawa, la existencia del Uchinanchu, ¿no? Y por eso, como idea fue fácil, ¿no? Como no existe, vamos a crearlo. Pero bueno, lógicamente el proceso fue muy difícil, se luchó mucho, ¿no? Digamos. Así es que fue por eso. Disculpe, alguien que, entonces, onegaishimasu que traduzca.
Ya, quería agregar las fechas que decidieron para que sea el Uchinanchu, el día del Uchinanchu, ¿fue por algún criterio
por qué?
específico? No, el día.
Sí, bueno, lo voy a explicar un poquito yo y después lo voy a explicar, que explique un poco Tadashi, ¿no? Digamos. Bueno, Tadashi va a decir, ¿no? Que queríamos un día neutral, todo eso, ¿no? Bueno, otro motivo es que el motivo es simple. Ustedes se van a reír seguramente por la idea, por lo simple o por la idea loca, ¿no? Es porque ya para octubre, ¿no? 30 de octubre ya hay menos taifú, ¿no? Sí, porque no queríamos que, ¿no? Si el Uchinanchu no gira en agosto, julio, agosto, septiembre, cuando hay taifú, ¿no? No es bueno, ¿no? Todos los años tal vez se cancelaría, ¿no? Y no queríamos eso. Bueno, eso es el motivo.
Pero ese no fue el motivo principal.
No,
es
sí,
uno de los
motivos.
No es el principal, no, claro.
No es el principal, es el motivo loco, ¿no? Digamos. Pero bueno, el motivo principal lo va a decir Tadashi, creo, ¿no? Que queríamos un día neutral, todo eso. Eso después te lo dejo en manos de Ysa Tadashi.
Ok, lo traduzco y rematas Tadashi.
Remata Tadashi.
Sí, lo del día yo lo explico. Tú explicas la razón que dijo Andrés.
Because there was not a day to gather Okinawan Nikkei, because there was not a day for the commemoration of the Okinawan people. Like, an idea was easy to create, but the process was difficult. One concept to set the date was a climate theme, because in those days the weather is more stable and has less probabilities to get a typhoon.
Oh, that's smart.
To continue with the idea, so we have lots of reasons to create this day, because it was like the continue of the W.U.S.S, no? So we created that event to make people get together and know each other from different countries, but we are same Uchinanchu, no? So we wanted to create this day, the October 30, the Uchinanchu Day, because as Andres said, in other countries, also including Peru, Argentina, the States, we have our Independence Day, a day in which we celebrate our identity, our own identity, and we are proud of being Peruvian, Argentinian, or American. So our idea was not to create Independence Day, but a day in which all the Uchinanchus around the world, not only Okinawa, feel proud of being Uchinanchu. A day in which we reconfirm our identity. So having this day, we wanted to promote and develop the Uchinanchu network in order to expand our preserve our Okinawan culture also for the next generations.
Yeah. When did you first create Uchinanchu no Hi? Or what year was that?
So the Uchinanchu no Hi was declared by the ex-governor, Okinawan governor, Takeshi Onaga, with me and Andres also. And at the closing ceremony of the Uchinanchu Taikai, Uchinanchu Festival in 2016.
Oh, wow.
On October 30, on that day.
That must have been a really huge accomplishment. And just felt really good that day. What was that process like, creating that day and getting it officialized?
Yeah, very, very, very nice experience. Because we didn't know how to create this kind of day in Japan. Yeah. So we didn't know the laws, the rules here. So we had to talk to the Okinawa government, and then to Nago City, and so we had to explain our idea of the creation of the Uchinanchu Day. So if we talk about the history of the establishment, we finished the first W.U.S. in 2015. So then we had a like Otsukarekai meeting. I had a meeting with Andres, a drinking meeting with Andres. Yes, to talk about the W.U.S. event, the good things, the bad things. Do a summary of the event. Then we got the idea to create the Uchinanchu Day on that meeting after the W.U.S. event. And it was maybe December in 2015. So, and our goal was to declare the establishment of the Uchinanchu Day during the Uchinanchu Taikai, the 2016 Uchinanchu Taikai. That was our goal. But we didn't have too much time. So I told you, we talked to the Okinawa government, to Nago City also. And Nago City helped us. We had many meetings with them, with the Okinawa City Hall staff, and they accept our idea, and it was in March of 2016, and we have only like 6 months to.
Yeah, that's really quick.
Yeah,
you guys are hustling.
Till the Uchinanchu Festival. So the Nago City talked to the Okinawa government, and fortunately they accept. They
Nice.
said it's a good idea, so let's do it. Our dream, all Uchinanchu's dreams come true on that day. So yes, because at the beginning the Okinawa government told us that it will take like for 2-3 years to create this day. So we did it in 6 months. So
they expedited you. They're like, oh, we're gonna put this at the top.
Yeah. So
that's
we
amazing.
appreciate all their cooperation, their help. Yeah.
Did Andres want to add anything to how the creation of Uchinanchu no Hi? I feel like there must have been a lot of things going through his mind too, creating that.
¿Quieres agregar algo más, dice?
No, que bueno, eso también fue una base, ¿no? Una raíz para la creación también del Día del Nikkei, ¿no? Si no hubiésemos tenido éxito con primero el Día del Uchinanchu, también no existiría el Día Internacional del Nikkei, ¿no? Por eso se agradece, ¿no? Que haya salido todo bien. No, quería agregar eso solamente.
Okay. That was a base for the creation for the Uchinanchu Day. If it hadn't worked, the Nikkei Day hadn't existed. He appreciated that everything went well.
I can't imagine all the work you guys did in such a short amount of time.
I can't either.
Yeah.
It's really heartwarming to hear how much like Nago City has been so involved in outreach and helping the Uchinanchu network, really, because I mean, from Mayo University to Nago City, and I assume it would be Nago Yakuba, like all the work that they did to help you guys as well. Like that's incredibly inspiring. Very heartwarming to hear that they had your back 100%.
Yeah, we need that help.
Moving on to kind of like the broader aspect of like the worldwide Uchinanchu community, what is the Uchina concierge versus the World Uchina Network?
¿Qué dice? Que te pregunta cuál es la diferencia o qué significa el Uchina Network Concierge, donde tú trabajas, ¿no? Y expliques el lugar donde tú trabajas y qué es el Uchina Network, el Net Tobacco, ¿no? Que expliques un poco de eso. ¿Sí?
Gracias. Sí, el lugar donde yo trabajo es una oficina, ¿no? Oficina muy, pero muy nueva. Empezó en abril, ¿no? De este año. Y por eso hay muchas cosas que todavía no podemos hacer, ¿no? Pero la idea principal de esa oficina es ir resolviendo problemas, ¿no? De los uchinanchus que están en el extranjero. Problemas como algún uchinanchu que esté buscando un familiar, ¿no? O algún uchinanchu que quiera traducir algún libro, ¿no? Un libro que esté escrito en japonés, que se pueda traducir para el inglés, por ejemplo, español. O algún uchinanchu que esté buscando un libro en especial, por ejemplo, ¿no? Digamos. Y algún uchinanchu que quiera saber más sobre historia de inmigración, ¿no? Digamos. Se atiende a esas cosas, ¿no? Digamos. Digamos, es el Madoguchi, ¿no? La puerta de entrada de todos los uchinanchus extranjeros para Okinawa. Sí.
Ese vendría a ser el Uchina Network Concierge.
Sí,
Sí.
sí.
Es donde trabaja Andrés.
Y el World Uchina World Network.
Gracias. Esa es una página, simplemente es una página de la gobernación de Okinawa.
No, dice en sí qué significa eso, el network. ¿Qué es el network? No es que la página.
Bueno, ahí se presenta, ¿no? Todas las actividades que se hacen con respecto a lo... ¿Cómo se llama?
No es que explique sobre la página, sino qué es el network. ¿Qué significa el network?
¿El network qué? Pero no entiendo.
Uchina. ¿Qué es el Uchina Network?
¿De la gobernación de Okinawa?
No, ¿qué es en sí el network de Uchinanchu?
¿Qué es? Bueno, hoy, por ejemplo, la actividad de hoy es un network okinawense, ¿no? Hay muchas personas en diferentes lugares, en diferentes horarios, de diferentes nacionalidades hoy, Argentina, Perú, Norteamérica, ¿no? Y a pesar de no nos conocer, ¿no? Hoy estamos hablando, ¿no? Estamos realizando esta actividad. Y creo que en otro grupo migratorio, ¿no? En otro grupo de descendientes, no pasaría esto, ¿no? Digamos. Esto es algo muy fantástico, creo, ¿no? Digamos. Este es el network, ¿no? Digamos. El 𝕍𝕬𝕐𝕐𝕐𝕐, ¿no? No nos conocemos, pero nos tratamos como si fuésemos parientes, ¿no? O amigos de muchos años. Esto sería el network de Okinawa, ¿no?
Ok,
Sí.
Tadashi, me ayuda si es que me estoy olvidando de algo.
Okay, sí, no problem.
Uchina Network Concierge is a new office started in April this year. That's why they have specific activities. They are helping Uchinanchu people, looking for relatives, helping from translating books to English or Spanish, or for looking in a specific book and helping Uchinanchu to know the immigration history. Uchina Network Concierge is the entry door for foreign Uchinanchu to Okinawa. And World Uchina Network is the activities we are doing now, a global gathering where we treat each other as a friend.
Was the Uchina Network Concierge and the World Uchina Network, were they already established before, or is this something else that was created by you guys?
No, the World Uchina Network was created. No, this network starts with since our grandparents, the first generation migrated to each country.
Oh, okay.
But Okinawa government started using this word, the World Uchinanchu Network. I think after the last Uchinanchu Taikai, after we created the World Uchinanchu Day.
Oh, nice. So it's like a rebranding
so it was
kind of thing.
A good motivation for the Okinawa government to create this network to reinforce this one.
Oh, okay. So was it after that time that you became more associated with the World Uchina Network, or more of a collaboration was kind of happening?
Yes, I think so. And the Uchina Network Concert is the is the place where Andres works now.
Mm.
Yeah. So and it was created this year. Yeah, in April.
Oh wow! So very recent.
So after the network, so first they created the World Uchinanchu network page, the internet page, and then they created now they have their own place, their own office to work now.
Wow! Would Andres like to talk more about the Uchina Network Concierge?
Che dice que expliques un poco más de tu trabajo, dice.
Sí. Y bueno, ahí se realizan actividades, ¿no? Se realizan actividades online por el corona, ¿no? Y para conectar más, ¿no? A todos los okinawenses de todo el mundo. Por ejemplo, hay un Shinka online, ¿no? El domingo, que se va a conectar Los Ángeles, ¿no? Los jóvenes de Los Ángeles con Okinawa. Y por eso futuramente, ¿no? Este grupo, ¿no? Que está aquí hoy, ¿no? De Tori-san, de Norli, de Erica, ¿no? De Mariko-san, podrían pedirnos nosotros, ¿no? Que hacer un evento online para conectarnos, ¿no? Con nosotros oficialmente.
There are online activities because of the coronavirus to connect to Okinawans around the world. There will be a Shinka online on Sunday. Young people from Los Angeles are going to connect with Okinawan people. In the future, Tori-san, Erica-san, Mariko-san could ask them for an online event to officially connect with them.
So so and the concert is also in charge of the Kempi program now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so they are in charge of the Kempi program. They do this kind of online events with young Okinawan people out there around the world. So the main purpose is to contribute to expand the World Uchinanchu network.
Creo que existe, ¿no? ¿Lo conocen, no?
To make
nice.
Create more connections. Yeah, and they're having this Sunday the online event with the young Okinawan in LA, Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm gonna try make that event. Hopefully, I can make it.
See us again.
Yeah.
In the future, once the coronavirus is less, I guess, hopefully, less of an issue. Do you plan to? Does the World Uchina Concierge? Do they plan to do in-person events, like in Okinawa, for example? I guess in the future as well.
No, dice si, o sea, cuando si se acaba el coronavirus o se mejora la situación, piensan hacer eventos presenciales también, ¿no? En Okinawa, no solo online.
Sí. Lógicamente, sí. Lógicamente, sí.
Yeah, they are planning to do events in the future also. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Erica, that means you have something to look forward to.
I know.
And early.
We're really trying to plan a Taikai 2022 meetup. So hopefully we can also join an event.
Are you coming next year?
We want to. That's the plan.
Taikai.
Hey, we want to do a big meetup and a podcast recording and karaoke and everything.
Yeah.
So you're invited if you want to come. But
Early, you're a part of our podcast now.
Yeah, we want everyone to come and just celebrate.
We invite you to come to Okinawa first.
Thank you.
Then you invite us to your podcast.
Yes. Yes, for sure. 100% invited to everything we do. But that kind of leads us to like the next question of like how what advice might you give other Shimanchu or younger Shimanchu trying to connect with their culture? This can be both answered by Tadashi and Andres, of course.
Advice for younger Shimanchu. Okay. So my advice is to first get involved with the Okinawa Kenjinkai in their countries. I think they are at least one Okinawan-related association in your country. And also try to find a way to come at least once to Okinawa. Yeah, there are many ways to come here. As you explained at the beginning, they are Kenshu program by each city, town in Okinawa. Also, you have the Kenpi program by the Okinawa government. So you can get a scholarship to study Japanese and Okinawa culture and live in Okinawa. Had that great experience to live in Okinawa, to meet your relatives, your family here, to learn about your roots. So I recommend you to get involved to your with the Okinawa Kenjinkai and learn Japanese to get that kind of good scholarships. But if you cannot get that scholarship, you also have the opportunity to come to participate in the Uchinanchu Festival, which is held every 5 years. 5 years? Yeah. Once 5 years. So, yeah, find a way to come to Okinawa to learn about your roots, to learn about this great culture, the Ichariba 𝕬𝕕𝕤𝕬𝕐. And yeah, and that will help you, and that will be very useful for you to your for your identity as a Uchinanchu, and also for your future. So I recommend you to come just once, at least once, once to Okinawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have to go to Okinawa, so that's like on the top of my list.
We will be waiting for you here.
Yes. Andres, what about you? Do you have any advice for younger Shimanchu?
¿Tienes
Sí.
algún un consejo para la gente joven que está tratando de conectarse con la cultura okinawense? Con su cultura.
Sí, bueno. Entendí. Sí, bueno, ya sea con la cultura okinawense o la japonesa, ¿no? Un consejo, bueno, que aproveche, ¿no? Que aproveche las diferentes becas que existen, ¿no? Para venir a Okinawa, y que, bueno, y aunque no participe en una beca, bueno, que venga, aunque sea de turista, ¿no? A Okinawa, para ver, ¿cómo se dice? La tierra de sus ancestros, ¿no? De sus abuelos. Porque es muy importante, ¿no? Cultivar la identidad, ¿no? Discúlpame, ¿puedes traducir hasta ahí? Después voy a seguir
Okay.
He is inviting and recommend to take advantage of the different available scholarship to come to Okinawa. Even if you don't participate in a scholarship, come to Okinawa, the land of your ancestor, because it is too important to cultivate identity.
Sí. No, porque, ¿cómo es? Muchas veces, ¿no? El Nikkei o el descendiente de okinawense no está sabiendo que es una mina de oro, ¿no? Mina de oro sin explotar prácticamente, ¿no? Digamos, el Nikkei tiene muchas cosas, ¿no? Dentro de un cuerpo tiene 2 culturas o 3 culturas, ¿no? Tiene la cultura, por ejemplo, japonesa, la cultura okinawense, y en el caso de ustedes, bueno, cultura latinoamericana o peruana. Y eso muchos Nikkei o descendientes no lo saben y lo desaprovechan, ¿no? Y por eso tiene que pensar, ¿no? Lo bueno de ser Uchinanchu o lo bueno de ser Nikkei, ¿no? Y, disculpa, Norli, traducime hasta acá y después, una vez más, y ya termino.
Ya, no, también te quería acotar respecto del tema.
Sí.
Es cierto, o sea, yo me he dado cuenta de que, he tenido la oportunidad de estar un tiempo en Nihon, en Yamakunshu. Sí. Me he dado cuenta que sí hay diferencia un poco, relativamente marcada entre la cultura japonesa neta y la japonesa de okinawense. ¿O me estoy equivocando?
Sí. Sí, Norle, porque en Japón no existe Ichariba. No existe, esa palabra no existe. En Okinawa sí. Claro, una vez encontrados para siempre hermanos, ¿no? Un japonés nunca se lo va a decir, ¿no? O no le interesaría decirle, creo.
Claro, claro, como que la cultura okinawense es más abierta y más acogedora.
Sí, sí. Okinawa es la Latinoamérica de Japón, ¿no? Prácticamente. Sí.
Ah, ok.
Por eso, Norli, en tu caso, ¿no? En tu caso, eres
Ujú.
peruana y
Mm.
ahora estás viviendo en Norteamérica, ¿no?
No, no,
Y
estoy en
después,
Perú.
sí, seguís en Perú.
Sí.
Y eres peruana, eres descendiente de japonés, ¿no? De
Ujú.
japoneses. Y todo eso, ¿no? Digamos, hay que saber aprovecharlo, ¿no? Digamos. Tú no eres una peruana o un peruano 100%, ¿no?
Ujú.
Digamos, sí. Tiene las dos partes, ¿no? Digamos, para aprovechar. Y eso está, como repito, ¿no? Está muy desaprovechado y quiero que, ¿no? Los jóvenes se le prendan la lamparita y sepan lo fabuloso, ¿no? Lo fantástico de tener dos culturas o tres culturas dentro de un solo cuerpo, ¿no? Digamos.
Ah, ok.
Sí,
A ver, voy a procesar un poco.
sí, sí. Disculpa, Norli.
No, no, no. Estoy tratando de formarlo mentalmente. ¿Cómo podría decirlo?
So many Nikkei or Okinawan descendant doesn't know the value of having more than one culture. Maybe they had 2 or 3 cultures like us, Okinawan, Japanese, and North or South American culture, and don't take advantage of it. Having more than one culture can be more rewarding for your personal essence, in the way of thinking, in the way of acting, in the way of developing. I was talking a little about the difference between the Okinawan culture and Japanese culture. In mainland Japan, Ichariba doesn't exist. It's an Okinawan belongings. Okinawan culture is less strict.
Sí, Norli. Bueno, ya voy terminando, ¿no? Como
Ujú.
último. Y que, bueno, que los jóvenes, ¿no? Sigan cultivando ese interés, ¿no? Por su tierra natal, de sus ancestros, porque es muy importante en el sentido de que en este mundo globalizado, donde la identidad está prohibida prácticamente, ¿no? No se puede cultivar la identidad, porque en un mundo globalizado todo el mundo tiene que ser un robot, ¿no? Todo el mundo tiene que comer lo mismo, ver lo mismo, actuar lo mismo y morirse de lo mismo, ¿no? Prácticamente. Y el Uchinanchu no Hi, ¿no? El día del Uchinanchu y el día Nikkei viene para ser, digamos, para no dejarse llevar por todo eso, ¿no? Digamos. Por eso es muy
Ah,
importante tener esa fortaleza, ¿no? De tener esa identidad. Y, por ejemplo, en el caso de ustedes, ¿no? De Tori-san, de Norli-san, de Erica y de Mariko-san, fortalecer la identidad de ser mujer, por ejemplo, ¿no? Eso forma parte también de la importancia de un ser humano, para no ser robot, ¿no? Y,
mm,
no le quería que le traduzca esto, ¿no? Por favor,
ujú.
bien. Y porque teniendo identidad, uno va a pensar con el cerebro de uno mismo, ¿no? No con el cerebro de los otros. No se va a dejar llevar nunca por la masa, ¿no?
Ujú.
Siempre va a ser él, ¿no? Digamos. Y va a ser algo como diciendo anti-globalización inclusive, ¿no? Digamos. Y con eso termino, ¿no? Y bueno,
Ok,
repito, ¿no? En el caso de ustedes, eh, cultiven la cultura Uchinanchu y también el orgullo, ¿no? De ser mujer, también.
ok, a ver.
Bueno, con eso termino y después, bueno, como última habla Tadashi, ¿no?
Andres is supporting young people to continue to cultivate Uchinanchu culture because in this globalized world, identity is hardly cultivated. In our case, strengthening the identity of being woman, that is also part of the importance of being human. With identity, we can think with our brain and not get carried away by the rest.
Thank you. I really love that sentiment. Like we're on our own journeys to discover things and creating our own perspectives and bringing it all together to learn from each other too. I feel like in that regards.
Share information.
Mhm. Yeah. Do you want to ask our final question, Tori? Our favorite
Sure.
question?
So our favorite question is, what is your go-to or favorite karaoke song at the moment? And
Karaoke
this
song?
is also a question for you.
Wow. Well, every time I go to the karaoke, I start singing Sanshin no Hana. Do you know that song?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my favorite song. Yeah, the first song I sing.
Nice.
Yeah. What about Andrés? ¿Cuál es tu canción preferida en el karaoke
Bueno,
cuando vas a cantar?
𝕬𝕐𝕬𝕕𝕗 no Takara, ¿no? 𝕬𝕐𝕬𝕗 no Takara. Begin.
Begin.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Okay, remember this. We're all going to be singing this at Taikai 2022. Norley, what is your favorite karaoke song?
Tori, you can say it.
You have the stage.
I don't know the names, but I usually didn't sing a lot of Okinawan or Japanese songs because I don't have the facility to talk in Japanese. So I used to sing random songs in English.
Nice.
especially rock.
Oh, nice. Did you two ever go karaoke together, Tori and Norley?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. So you guys
A
know
lot.
the experience.
Both with Yakuba members and also on our own.
Nice.
It was very fun.
Awesome. Well, that kind of wraps up all of our questions for the podcast.
So thank you all so much for joining us. Where can we direct folks looking to find out more information about what you do? And this is for both Tadashi and Andres. If there are any personal Instagrams, W.U.S.S Instagrams.
Yes, I have my Facebook page, my Insta account. You can find me like Tadashi Andres in both Insta and Facebook. Tadashi Andres. Then we have in Facebook we have the W.U.S.S page also, W.U.S.S, and the World Uchinanchu Day. You can find us the World Uchinanchu Day in Facebook too. And in Japanese will be Seikai no Uchinanchu no Hi. And in Instagram we also have the W.U.S.S page, account. Andrés, ¿tienes algo? ¿Páginas que recomiendas?
No, el Facebook solamente.
¿Cómo te encuentra la gente? Andrés Higa.
Ahí está. Ok.
Andrés Higa. Okay. So Andrés Higa Facebook page, and also you have the World Uchina Network page, the WUN.
And then we can have all of these links in our show notes, which will be on our website.
We'd like to end today's episode a little differently. Andreas is going to lead us in a toast.
Dice que hagas el kanpai que hiciste en el Samito, ese en varios idiomas.
Hoy.
Para terminar el episodio de hoy.
Dayo. ¿Me ayudas, no? En inglés era...
So we are gonna cheers.
Cheers, ¿no? Cheers. Okay.
So we're gonna repeat after Andres.
Okay, 大丈夫?
Okay.
じゃあ
Go.
今からやってもいいかな? 大丈夫?
Sí. Dale.
じゃあ皆さん、それでね、乾杯しましょうね。乾杯ね。じゃあ、乾杯。
乾杯。
はい。カリー。Cheers. Salud. Saúde. Ok.
Well, that's it for our episode today. While I wasn't part of this conversation directly, I feel incredibly inspired about all the amazing opportunities for our 𝔸𝕉𝕬 students out there, and I really want to celebrate the multilingual aspect of this conversation. What percolated for you during this episode? Let's keep the conversation going by dropping us a comment on Instagram at 𝔸𝕉𝕬 Podcast or sending us an email at 𝔸𝕉𝕬podcast@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voice recording. Link can be found on our Instagram bio and on our website. 𝕍𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕦𝕐. Muchas gracias. And thank you to our guest, Andres Higa. You can find him on Instagram at andres.higa.144. Tadashi Andres Urbina. You can find him at Instagram at Tadashi Andres YSA. And 𝕸𝕚𝕚𝕼 for helping the Spanish to English translations. You can find her on Instagram at NRY7. Links to our guests and their social media and websites can be found on our website show notes. A big iyasasa to the Ysa Club of Meiyō University, or 𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕟𝕒 Ysa for providing this episode's music. 𝕍𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚 to our Deiji super important production team, Joey Kamiya and Emma Anderson. 𝕍𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚 to all of those on Instagram who participated in September's 𝔸𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚 Day. And keep practicing your uchinaguchi and tagging us. We would love to practice along with you. We've been loving hearing how people have found out about our podcast through word of mouth and through sharing with family and friends. But you can also hit subscribe on any of our channels. We're on Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And if you could leave us a review on Apple Podcasts so that we can continue to get these Okinawan voices and stories out to the broader community, that would be amazing. And of course, donations via Ko-fi, link on our website, are always graciously appreciated. And that's a wrap. We will hopefully see you back here again next month. Until we meet again, mata yasai!
This month's fun fact is on the Uchina Junior Study Program. We're going to be taking this description right off of the Worldwide Uchina Network website, which we will link down into the show notes. The Uchina Junior Study Program, formerly known as the Junior Study Tour, invites students of Okinawan descent to Okinawa Prefecture to learn about the history and culture of Okinawa while staying with young Okinawan people of the same age. The aim is to deepen their understanding and ties to their Okinawan heritage and to nurture the next generation that will carry on the Worldwide Uchina Network. It's a really great program. I've heard a lot of amazing things about it, and I have some individuals I know from Okinawa that participated in this program. While they are not doing the in-person program at the moment due to coronavirus, they are having a multitude of online Uchina network for youth programs where you can virtually meet and interact with students from Okinawa. So if you're a young individual or know somebody who is a young individual, please send them the information about the Uchina Junior Study Program. It is an incredible experience. Thank you very much.